All right, we'll call this E&F Committee meeting to order for October 26th. Cody, would you like to do the invocation, please?
Father, thank you for this time of fellowship together, Lord. Thank you for helping us all come together and under one roof to help the betterment of the Cherokee Nation and help us to have the mind of Christ in order to make decisions that better the future of the next generation, Father. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. All right, thank you, Cody. Shelley, can you do the roll call, please?
Yes, sir. Joshua Sam,
Here.
Kevin Easley. Here. Sasha Black Box Qualls. Here. Danny Callison. Here. Julia Coates. Here. Joe Deere. Mike Dobbins. Here. Lisa Hall. Here. Johnny Kidwell. Here. Daryl Legg. Here. Dora Petskowski. Cody Poindexter. Mike Shambaugh. Melvina Shotpouch. E.O. Smith. Here. Kendessa Teehee. Victoria Vasquez. We have a quorum.
All right, thank you, Shelley. All right, we got approval of the minutes for September 5th, special session for budget hearings, September 28th, 2023, regular session, and September 28th, 2023, PAC subcommittee. Do we have everyone have a chance to review that? All right, got a motion. You got a second? Motion and second. All in favor? Aye. All right, motion passes. All right, let's jump into reports. Let's see. Do we have Chuck Garrett on?
Hi, Mr. Chairman, you do.
Okay, all right, thank you, Chuck.
All right, thank you all, and sorry I couldn't be there in person. I'm in Little Rock, where I'm attending an event for the Attorney General this afternoon, and this morning we received the opinion from the Arkansas Supreme Court that I've mentioned to you all before. In the last couple of tribal council meetings, we had been expecting a ruling from the Supreme Court. Unfortunately, it's not the ruling that we had hoped. The Supreme Court ruled for the other party. Just to put this in context, a failed applicant, an applicant that applied but didn't receive the license, sued the Arkansas Racing Commission, alleging that they had failed to consider various factors in their application or in our application, and the Supreme Court agreed with that legal position. What that means, though, in the end, is that the Arkansas Racing Commission, which is the body that is authorized to, not just authorized, but is obligated to issue a casino license for Polk County, they will open up the application period again, a new application period, typically for 30 days. And then they will accept qualified applications. Here's where, pardon me for getting into the weeds just a little bit, but it's important that we understand this piece. In addition to the application coming from an entity that has the required gaming experience, it also has to have the letter of support from the county judge or a resolution from the quorum court. And we're the only applicant that has ever received that from the sitting judge or the sitting court. So I feel strongly that when the Racing Commission opens up the new application period, we'll submit our application revised to accommodate the court's ruling, and we'll have the only qualified application. This afternoon, as we speak, the county judge is preparing his letter of support that he'll issue on our behalf. So I feel like this is sort of a when, not an if, that we've had, a long journey that we have been on in this pursuit of this license. And I feel confident, as I have for the last several years, that we ultimately will be the licensee, and we will ultimately own and operate the best casino in Arkansas. But we have to follow the process. The court felt like our application had two names on it, and the second name was added as an accommodation to the Racing Commission, who asked us to put a Arkansas entity on it as well. So it was, it was a little bit of an unfortunate thing. We do what the Racing Commission asked us to do, and the Supreme Court says, gee, when you did that, now there's two names on the application. That is something we think invalidates the application. Go do it again. So we will, and we'll continue to fight hard. We have the support of the people at Polk County, both elected and ordinary citizens, and we have the support of the Racing Commission. So we'll get there. But I wanted to make myself available to provide that overview, but also to answer any questions you want, because I know you get questions, and I never want you to feel like you don't have the information necessary to respond to citizens' questions. So I'm happy to stop there, Mr. Chairman, and answer any questions that you all may have.
All right. Do we have any questions? Johnny?
Hey, Mr. Garrett, thanks for being with us today. Just one quick question. I was reading the article on the decision earlier. I was just wondering, do you have any idea when they might be opening the process back up for applications? What would be the timeline for that?
Great question, and unfortunately, we don't know. I was just doing an interview a few minutes ago with a TV station that had just been at the Racing Commission, and he says to me off camera, he says, "Well, it sounds like they're ready to go and start the new application period." And I said, "Well, I think that would be the right thing to do." I mean, you got to keep in mind the people of Polk County, the people of Arkansas, have been deprived of tax revenue. They've been deprived of jobs. It's been them that have paid the biggest price for the delays and the stall tactics that the Choctaws and Gulfside have undertaken. And so we hope that the Racing Commission will immediately open the application process, and we'll keep it open. They typically keep it open about 30 days. I've seen it twice now, that movie, and then close it and issue a license shortly thereafter.
All right, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Just keep up the good work. We know you guys are fighting hard over there, and once we're able to turn dirt, I think everybody will be very happy. So keep up the great work. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Council. Appreciate that.
Do we have any more questions for Mr. Garrett? All right. Speaker?
Not so much a question. I appreciate the phone call this morning, CEO, but I want to echo those remarks in that, this has been a long road, and I believe we know what's at stake as far as our casinos go. I appreciate you guys fighting for your nation. I have no doubt that perseverance is going to pay off, and sometimes these things are a little costly, but in the end, it would cost us a lot less than it could have. So I just want to say thank you for your perseverance and staying hooked in this deal, because I think part of it maybe is they may want people to get a little disheartened and maybe start doubting themselves and maybe not keep going full force like you have. And you showed your resolve, and I'm certain it's going to pay off. And I just want to say thank you, sir.
No, I really appreciate those comments and that sentiment. And listen, Cherokee Nation, Cherokee people are no strangers to adversity, and we're taking this and working this, I can assure you, as hard as any team can possibly work it. And, you know, the other thing I think is important to remember, and I have to remind myself of this too, especially on a disappointing day. But, you know, right now, there isn't a casino owned by a competitor in Northwest Arkansas that is competing with Roland, that is competing with West Siloam, that is impacting our bottom line and our ability to provide you with the dividend that you are accustomed to. So it's worth the fight, and I can tell you the team is putting everything they've got into it. And one of these days soon, I'm going to be in front of you all with a casino license, and we're going to all be in Russellville one day, opening a beautiful casino, and it will provide dividends for decades and generations to come. So, thanks for the confidence.
All right, thank you, sir.
No. All right, do we have any other questions for Mr. Garrett on the Arkansas Casino? All right, Mr. Garrett, did you have anything else to report?
I would just also yield to my colleague Molly Jarvis. You know, this time of year where we're at the end of the fiscal year, our books are being prepared for year end for the audits and what have you. And that delays the publishing of our financial statements. That's the case every year, every year. And so when we get those completed, we'll be submitting those to each of you for your information and benefit. But so we don't have financial statements to share with you. I can just assure you there was, you know, it was a productive business month. Molly, I don't know if you had other things you care to share. Oops. Think,
Sorry, we'll try it that way. Is that better?
Yep, we can hear you, Molly. Oh, there you are. Now we can't hear you.
Okay, sorry, technical difficulties. Prepared to be here, but so glad CEO Garrett was able to join. I will just make one mention that very happy to report that yesterday was our 1-year anniversary at 1839 Cherokee Meat Company. So very glad that facility is doing great work and getting ready to fulfill multiple grants for Cherokee Nation's distribution centers. So very proud of our efforts there toward food sovereignty.
Great. All right, do we have any questions for Molly or Mr. Garrett going forward? All right, doesn't look like we have any. Thank y'all.
thank you very much.
All right, let's move on over. We got a treasurer's report with Treasurer Taylor.
Good afternoon. You all have our report, and as Chuck Garrett alluded to, we are also very busy. We're 3 weeks into our new fiscal year, which is always exciting, and we are 2 weeks into our new operating system here at Cherokee Nation, which is, I think, a little more involved than any of us anticipated. It was anticipated that it would be involved for the size of the operation that we have, and it is completely new, and so we're working our way through that. I'm proud of the team that we have, both in financial resources and on the human resources side, because those are the two groups that are doing most of the lift on this, and we're working our way through it, and nobody's missed a paycheck, and the bills are getting paid. So as painful as it is, we're going to get to the other side, and it's just going to be great. So that is really all I have, other than what's in your books. So does anybody have any questions for me? Anything we need to talk about?
All right, any questions for Treasurer Taylor? All right, doesn't look like it. Thank
Okay.
you.
Some of you have reached out to me for various things. I just want to encourage you to continue to do that. I'm happy to help in whatever way that I can help you all. It's not always in my building, but I can usually get you to the right person. So do call me anytime.
All right, we might have a question here, Johnny?
I do just have one question. I just wanted to say thanks again for hopping on the Zoom call with me, yourself, and General Harshaw and others, Delegate Teehee, and talking through some of the funding things for at-large citizens that we did. I'll be getting you that script, hit and send on it pretty soon.
Okay.
And I just wanted to say thank you.
I think you'll find that all of the cabinet members here and the executive directors, we're here to make you look good, so don't hesitate to reach out to us for help anytime.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, let's move over to Career Services with Miss Diane Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Well, first of all, I want to say that this was National Manufacturing Month, and we always participate in an event thanks to Treasurer. She got us going on this several years ago. And anyway, we brought home 3 out of 5 trophies last week at the chili cook-off during National Manufacturing Week. And I want to thank Speaker Shambaugh and Councilman Callison for coming out and supporting the staff. They appreciated it. And every time we'd say we were going to leave, well, Scott Fry'd say, "I think you better sit down." And I'd say, "Okay." So they'd give us another one. So we thought, well, we're through, we're going to go. He said, "I think you better sit down again." So anyway, the staff enjoyed it. We took the Job Corps kids, they served the chili, and the white chili was made by Cherokee Nation businesses out of Siloam Springs Casino. So J. Little John went up there and picked it up that morning, and Speaker has asked us to get that chili for you, and so we'll probably try to do it in January when it's cold, so we'll have the chili for you guys.
That's awesome.
So, anyway, I just wanted to share this with you. In conjunction with National Manufacturing Week, our job developers are out and about this week taking baskets with blankets, mugs, and a bunch of little trinkets out to the various businesses that they work with. We picked out 10 businesses. Most of them were up around the industrial park that work very closely with us and hire our people. So we went out to let them know that it was National Manufacturing Month and that we appreciated all that they do for our tribal members. So I just wanted to share that with you. I know that you're all wanting to know about the Work Experience Program, the ARPA, and the 102477. For the last week, I've been getting here about 7:30, answering telephones. Brenda has, Hunter has. We've all been working, and all these businesses, I guess you've been telling them, call Diane, call Career Services. And we've been talking to feed stores, furniture stores, chiropractors, schools, you name it, we've been talking to them. And believe it or not, the nonprofits are going to pick their people up. Most of them are. I couldn't believe it, but the nonprofits have said, if you could just give us another week, we have a board meeting, and we want to pick up these 2, and we want to pick up this 1 or whatever. The businesses have had free labor for well over a year. When ARPA came into play, there wasn't a lot of restrictions on it, so we extended some of those people with the idea that they get picked up. Well, now we're telling that business, you've had this labor for a whole year. You didn't have to pay them.
Yeah.
And they made money for you. Now it's time that you pay them if you want to keep them. So they're working with us to try to get them picked up. So I just wanted to let you know, my counselors, I had a meeting with them yesterday, and every one of them said that they're going to have several placements this month. So if you've got constituents that have come into our office and made application for this fall for work experience, we've put them on hold until we can get these people dispersed out. We should be able to do that within the next couple of weeks. We'll get a head count. And then we should know how many slots we'll have going forward into the next year. So just work with us. Have them call me, have them call Hunter, have them call Brenda, or Jackie England, or Michelle Ayers, or LaVon Ely, or Jennifer Edison, because we're all working it. And I just want to share that with you because maybe we should have done it a lot sooner. Maybe we'd had a lot more picked up, but they're picking them up, and we're very thankful for that. We have businesses that we're working with. I sent emails out to, I think, you and EO about the group out of China that's coming back in November. We are continuing to work with other businesses. There's one in Siloam that's coming to meet with us the first week in November. So we are still out there working with all these businesses in the 14 counties. And I want to clarify something. Darrell Legg told me he couldn't come to the Terrell banquet. And we looked at the date, and he said, I thought you told me it was going to be the 14th or 15th. And I said, no. The Terrell banquet is going to be on a Tuesday night at the Hard Rock, and it's December the 5th. So please put that in your calendar, December the 5th. It is one of the biggest events that we have, and that ballroom is always full. And I just want you all to make sure you come, because it's always a good night. You can go around and shake hands with some of the constituents, businesses that are Terrell certified from your respective areas. And who knows, some of them may win one of the awards. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, the fiber and the lineman program. Our last class graduated today. I think there was only 7 that were there. Some of the others have already taken jobs. And we will not have any more classes until after the new calendar year because of the holidays. So I just wanted to share that with you, in case somebody says, well, how come they're not recruiting for fiber or linemen? And we also have a grant that I told you about for women in non-traditional jobs. We're going to be working on something to do with the fiber, but it's going to be more of an engineering capacity for the women. So we'll have that to roll out, and I'll tell you more about it in the Education Committee meeting. Let's see, what else? Oh, Samantha has really went out there and done a fantastic job. So please be nice to Samantha. She rolled out the carpet for us to bring in all of our participants that needed jobs. She had all these vacancies, and some of our people, some of them had degrees. Some of them are college students.
Wow.
And we brought them in. I think there was over 100 at the first job fair she had a week ago Tuesday. And I know that a lot of them got hired, and they're in the pipeline. She opened the doors again this last Tuesday, and she's going to do it again next Tuesday. And our plans are, going forward, is that all of our vocational graduates, and we'll be reaching out to Mark in the higher ed for those people, and any of these jobs that require someone that has a degree or vocational, then we're going to do that sometime in November to try to get people to come back and work for us, because that's what we're all about, is growing our tribal members. And so she's working with us on that, and we're looking at maybe doing something for the at-large. Can't tell you what it's going to be yet, but we're working on something. So there's jobs, and we know how to do it, but we just got to get together on it. So I think that's pretty much it, unless y'all have any questions of me.
We have any questions for Diane? You?
On the lineman, I know a couple guys that are really happy that they went through there. So should they go ahead, the new ones, can they go ahead and put their applications in now, or they got to wait till last first year?
No, sir, they can put their applications in right now. I just want you to know that if any of your constituents come to you and say that they put their app in or they're wanting to get into the program, we're not going to be starting a new program until after the holidays, because we've got 3 holidays in November, and then we've got Christmas, then we have New Year's.
So
So,
it'd be better to just come on down and sign up?
yes,
Okay.
yes. Any other
Speaker?
questions?
Well, I just want to say congratulations. Me and Danny had a great time there, and we tasted most everybody's chili, and for real, yeah, it's rough. Ours was the best. And I'm telling you, this white chili, you're going to bring white chili in January, aren't you?
Yes.
Man, that stuff is something else, so
Hey,
we're in for a
somebody tell
treat.
Chuck Garrett to let his chefs do that for me now.
No.
Okay, yeah. But, and if you haven't had a chance to go to the Terrell banquet, you need to go, because you're talking, I don't know how many people are there, 1,000, 2,000? I mean,
Oh.
it was full.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, the year that Chief Baker was the principal chief and Chuck was the Secretary of State, that was one of the biggest turnouts. And he just got sworn in on Wednesday night, and Thursday night was that banquet. So that was one of their first events that they did together. So it is a big banquet, and I would encourage all of you to come if you can. Bring your spouses.
Yeah.
They'll have an enjoyable time.
Thank you, Diane. You did you're doing a great job.
Oh, can I say one more thing? Because he
No.
looked at me. Joe was looking at me. Joe came by a while ago, and we were working on the format for NCAI. And NCAI is the week before Thanksgiving, and we've got staff that are going. all of our departments are taking 1 or 2 people so that we can help support him and Chief Hill for the area vice president and alternate. So if you haven't been to NCAI, I would encourage you to go, because you can meet up with a lot of tribes and a lot of programs.
All right, we have any more?
just remember the Terrell banquet, that's why I looked at it.
Oh, okay.
Chief Baker was there, because I remember that was packed.
Yes, it was.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Diane. All right. Going over to Commerce with Miss Anna Knight.
I haven't been entering any chili contests lately, so I don't have a trophy, but you should have a copy of our report, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have about it. Do you not have a copy of it?
Oh, speaker.
Hey, Anna, could you wait just a second after you're done? I need to
Sure.
pass on some information to you.
Sure.
Y'all seen the report on there? No, we're not seeing your report on here.
Well, I think we were late turning it in, but I thought they gave you guys copies of it. I'll just tell you, we're doing an amazing job. Everything in the report is very important and very special, yeah.
Okay, well, if we have any questions on the report, we'll be sure to email you, okay?
Yes, do.
Do we have any questions for Anna or EO?
I just want to tell you, I appreciate the other day working with
Oh,
those
sure.
people and everything.
Sure.
I think that'd be a good deal.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yes, and I will say too that we're putting on a, like a business expo vendor fair before the Taro vendor banquet, and so we accumulate resources for businesses, and then we try to encourage some of our Taro businesses to set up too, so that they can learn to do business to business. We want Taro vendors to do business with each other, so if you come to the Taro banquet and you come early, stop by the vendor fair.
All right, any other questions or comments? All right, you're good to go. Thank you. All right, let's move on over to our consent items. Has everyone had a chance to review those or have any questions on them for Jody? No, you got any comments, Jody?
I think we're good. Which you did bring up earlier, they'll be reconciling travel from last year's, maybe a month or longer time everything gets through the system and everything to roll over your unused travel to your community assistance fund.
All right. All right, thank you, Jody.
Okay.
Oh, Danny?
For the roads, is it coming, or is that what you're talking about with the roads?
Your travel, whatever you don't use of your travel budget,
Right.
rolls over into your community assistance.
What about the roads here? What is that?
Well, you have your New Year's budget on the roads, except for the motor vehicle tax, and that's
Okay.
usually later after they do the audit and do all the calculations and everything, so.
Okay,
That's usually January, February timeframe when you get that motor vehicle tax money.
okay, thank you.
You get the law enforcement motor vehicle tax money at the same time.
All right.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you, Jody. All right, we'll move on over, old business, none pending, new business. Cody, will you take that first one for us, please?
This is a resolution authorizing Cherokee Nation Warehouse to donate surplus items to Cave Springs School, and I put that in the form of a motion.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, motion is approved. Kevin, can you take the second one for us, please?
Yes, sir. This is an act amending legislative act number 22-23, authorizing the comprehensive operating budget for fiscal year 2024, Mod 1, and declaring an emergency, and put this in the form of a motion.
Okay, I got a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion? All right, doesn't look like it. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Same sign. All right, motion passes. All right, announcements. Next meeting is tentatively scheduled for Monday, November 6th at 5 p.m. Do we have any announcements from anyone else? Speaker?
Real quick, this isn't the place, but I had a phone call Sunday from a gentleman whose son participated in the hunt in Sequoia. And I'm gonna talk about it in the resource meeting. I'm just gonna tell you this, very, very good words this guy had to say about went on down there, about how he didn't expect, what to expect. He said it was a A1 deal. Mr. Kimball and his crew did a great job, said they saw deer, they saw turkey while they were at the pavilion, a bunch of pigs went by. I mean, he said it was really an amazing deal, and, he got to spend quality time with his son, and his son ended up killing a doe, hit an antlerless, so, but I'll touch more on it on resource, but, everything I've heard, they are doing a really good job out there. And all those people who got on us for doing that and said it was a horrible investment and everything, man, this is ours, and we're being able to do these things for our people. It's a great thing, and I know people enjoy it. They're doing a great job of running it, and I just wanted to pass it on because it's really good to hear those things from the people. He said, I don't know any of y'all from Adam, but I just had to tell somebody what kind of great experience I had. So, man, that's something to be proud of, so.
Yeah,
Thank you, Chair.
definitely. All right, EO?
Just a reminder, tomorrow's the Southern Cherokee Summit lunch at the Choda Room tomorrow at 11 to 2. So for all you Southern elders, come down and eat.
All right. Any other announcements? All right, need another motion. Motion second, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, we are adjourned.